Mobile arena standing alongside Conor McGregor. Conor, it seemed that arena was going back and forth at times. There was times when there was a huge roar that really rallied you and it spurred you on. Did you feel that as you were going through the later rounds?
The crowd is amazing every time. The fans really love it. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy that I can come and give a fight for the fans, because there's a lot of fights that don't live up to it. Do you know what I mean? I came, gave it my best. He was composed in there, fair play to him. It was a good fight.
Officially on the Nevada scorecards, they had two judges had it 8-1, and that's caused a lot of outrage on Twitter to say that you had only won one fight in that, one round in that fight.
I thought the first 4 rounds were mine. Certainly the first 3. The fourth was close. You could probably give it to him. Let's say 3-1, and that's being generous. I thought I won the 8th, and then he won the 9th, and we got stopped in the 10th. So what's that? 5-4, and then it was stopped in the 10th. That's what I would have thought, if not even going into the round where it was stopped. And I thought it was stopped a little early for me.
The stats also had you landing 111 significant shots over the entire fight. Considering people said you won't land a shot, you landed more significant strikes than Manny Pacquiao did against Floyd Mayweather.
I don't care about all that. Fair play to him. He was composed and experienced. His speed, his power, his skill was okay. I wasn't. Is this the best boxer ever? You know what I mean? I felt handy the first early rounds. I thought his composure is what won him the fight, and fair play to him.
Two very quick things. The first 4 rounds, I think, is going to be something that will stand to your career for the rest of the time, and how you took to the entire occasion, whether it was coming into the boxing ring, the energy at the start, how you were putting him on the back foot. Were you shocked at the clinch? Because that seemed like where you were really going to excel, and you really did cause him trouble there, but it seemed like he was good at putting his weight and his energy on top of you to tire you out.
Yeah, he gained head position each time, but it wasn't that. It was like, if you think, he wasn't. When I entered into the clinch, or I took another hook, or when he threw his right hand to put the frame and I took his back, that's all energy on my behalf. That I'm at the putting energy into that. Whereas in a mixed martial arts bout, it's energy that's gonna. You've advanced position and you're in a better position now, and you can work. Like when I had his back there, if that was an MMA fight, I can stay on his back and continue to keep hitting him. But in a boxing fight, you put the work in to get the back, but the referee separates it and resets you again. So I'm like, there was somewhere in the middle of it, I was like, I'm using all this energy to get to his back, and I'm not landing that many blows that are worth it, but I'm using a lot of energy. And then that's it. He capitalised on it. He saw my energy dip, kept his hands up, dipped in low, and what can I say? Okay.
And then just on this, it seems like the praise that you're getting the most is your analysis. Post-fight, how you're able to take responsibility. Yep, he was the better guy tonight, that's no problem, we move on. You're doing it even now, your mind is worrying, you're thinking of every shot, every combination, every clinch. Is this what's exciting you most about it? Just so much stuff to work with now?
I'm a student, I'll always study. I study every single situation. I think in sparring, it was always people backing off, and it was always distance fighting. And in the early rounds, you saw that. He couldn't touch me. I don't lose the early rounds ever. There's just a moment where it's like I can't see the final line, and I'm like, I see a big hill, and I have this little dip in energy. And he capitalised on that dip. I think if the ref had let it go and I got to that, similar to the Diaz 2 fight, I have that moment, but I come through it, I recover, and then I get the second win and I go again. I think if I saw the end of the 10th round, I could have came back in the 11th and the 12th, and that was kind of the picture in sparring as well in the lead up to it. I had these middle to late rounds where I was like dipping, but then I'd come back. But fair play to him, didn't let me come back, capitalised, and it kept coming forward. He fought a very different fight than he's used to. He fought more like a Mexican. So look, I'm happy, I enjoyed it. I think with a bit more experience I beat him. I wasn't overwhelmed by skill, I wasn't overwhelmed by speed, I wasn't overwhelmed by power. It was his composure. It was his when to throw